Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile, where I may sometimes ask myself, which save file was I on again? Anyway, found the correct save file in the Unicorn Caves, where I have given the Sliths the statuette of Sistis, and where I have picked up protection, if not avatar. So today we finally get to explore more of the Unicorn Caves. I find it sort of interesting that after giving us the small pesty unicorns, Jeff then decides to go and explore the more traditional imagining of unicorns as the shining beasts of goodness and purity. So this is a very large cave. The cave wall here is studded with small, red, glittering crystals. One of them protrudes a bit, and would be easy to break off and take with you. Dash gets a crystal. Hooray! Also, I have done that inventory management off-camera, so things should be a little bit better balanced now, perhaps, maybe? And Dash has the ice shield equipped. Rarity has the prismatic armor. And I'm carrying around an extra magic shield because why not? Let's identify some stuff. Right, that necklace was from one of the big group of sliths that I fought a cave or two ago. It's a fang necklace, I kind of thought it might be. And the crystal is just a red crystal. Whoa. Also, I've got a bronze helmet that I should probably sell off at some point. Pinky has a magic shield that she's not using because she's dual-wielding. I may switch off who's dual-wielding between her and Dash at some point. Also, I may give one of the swords to Rarity because she can't possibly be that much worse with it than with... Well, she's got a 3 in bashing. Still not great. Rarity did get a ruby from somewhere. Alright then. Not going to continue very far this direction before I talk to the unicorns. Dark maze, okay. And there's a unicorn gate. You stand at the entrance to a maze of twisty, winding passages, all alike. The tunnels are unusually narrow and winding, even for Exile. The glowing roof fungus is very sparse, and the floor is very uneven. These tunnels will probably be difficult to navigate. And quite time-consuming, I would imagine. What's this bubbly-looking stuff? Glowing wall, okay. The air in here is clean and fresh, and the walls glow with their own soft luminescence. Although it is a lovely place, this gatehouse is still rather effectively blocking your progress down this passage. Aha! The gates and the walls are also glowing. However, the glow has a slightly more red, harsher tone. You touch the bars. They're hot. They'll probably be difficult to open, if not impossible. Indeed. The way is barred, and we do not have a gate key. Well, back to the Unicorn Cave. Among the mushrooms, you find a small patch of strange, beautiful yellow flowers. Perhaps nobody would mind if you picked a few of them. Ember flowers. Nice. Would be nicer if I had the resurrection balm recipe. But I take them anyway, because of course I do. And the unicorn caves seem to be infected with asps for some reason. Also, the asps are not running from me like they should. They're not that strong. And of course, in the last corner I check is a place, the Unicorn Grove. You arrive at a bright, glowing citadel, its elegantly curved walls and delicate spires providing a delightful respite from the unrelenting sameness of these caverns. The structure has one central dome with 4 smaller domes circling it, which are attached to the main structure by tunnels. And here's a garnet. Yes, kitty. The walls of the building are white marble. The stone glows slightly. A stone path leads into the central chamber of the dome. Looking inside, you see patches of grass and other surface plants. For the first time in quite a while, you smell flowers and the pleasant tang of evergreens. This is a beautiful place, and inside the dome you can see one of the beings responsible. It's a unicorn, grazing daintily on the grass. It looks up, sees you, and scampers into one of the side domes. Okay. And apparently this is not one of the... Or maybe it is one of the big maps. And the map... Oh, edges of the map do not go all the way to the maximum edges of explorable area. Got it. I'm sure leaving and entering town multiple times like that won't have any adverse effects on my game time. Nor will taking my time to thoroughly explore all the edges. Here's a unicorn. So this is a unicorn. They are stronger than the small gray ones. Have 1 attack. A paralysis touch. Okay. And they are resistant to magic, fire, and cold, immune to poison. Also, they can cast level 2 mage and priest spells. And we meet Aetherius in his lair. You meet a unicorn. This stallion, however, lacks the beauty and tranquility of most of the race. His fur is ragged, and he has a bitter, haunted look in his eyes. "Welcome, humans. I am Aetherius," he says. His voice is rough and uneven. "I am in mourning for my mate. Aw. For my poor mate, Exile-verse, who was slain by vicious giants. They butchered her and stole her horn. Savage, thoughtless beings. We do them no harm, but they hunt us for their amusement anyway." Yeah, they would do that. "Our horns hold great fascination to them. They are a foul, peculiar tribe. They take unending delight in fighting, and give honor on the basis of how much pain an individual has suffered." "A unicorn's horn contains a good measure of its spirit. To lay one of our number truly to rest, the horn must be present. By taking her horn, the giants have taken some of my love's memory from me. We could reward you well if the horn was recovered from the giants. Would you accept this mission? I would. Wonderful. I thank you. I can give you something to help you. He leaves and returns with a charm. It is a small silver horn on a delicate chain. He gives it to you. When you are in the giant's lair, it will let you know when you are near my mate's horn. Return it to me, and I will reward you well. Also, we have spare supplies. Aesophoris lived in the northeast dome. We have collected some supplies there, to aid those who might help recover her horn. Feel free to help yourself. A lovelier being has never walked anywhere on earth, above or below. Her horn glowed with the light of a star. So does each individual unicorn get their own lair? So there's only like 4 in this grove? Arrows, bolts, darts, potions. I will take some of these, since they are free. It's too heavy. Fluttershy is carrying too many alchemical ingredients. Anyway, Dash gets bolts, and Pinky gets arrows. And nobody gets the darts. I don't imagine these are great darts. They could be magic darts? Maybe I will take the darts. Oh look, I've got enough spell points for an identify spell again. Yay! Ooh, medium energy potion, very good. Poison potion, I think I might just drop this right here. Okay. It looks like I picked up a couple of medium heals. Too bad those don't stack. Iron darts, not that great. Iron arrows, also not that great, but a good backup for when I run out of magic. And same with the iron bolts. Pinky looks like she could use a few more XP. So she gets the blessing necklace. Lair of Ariasa. You meet a unicorn. It stands about 5 feet high, plus another foot for the horn, and its body is the living embodiment of equine perfection. When you approach, it walks up to you, unworried by your presence. I am called Ariasa. I am one of the 3 unicorns living in this modest citadel. It is our place of exile, where we reside until we can return home. Oh, you're exiled too? Like the humans down here, we have been victimized savagely by the evils of the Empire. Their Emperor Hawthorne, now happily deceased, decided that the surface should be purged of magical creatures. The jerk. Also, if I remember my exile lore correctly, there might have been more than one Emperor Hawthorne, like the one we assassinated might have been the 3rd of his name. Nothing is more magical than a unicorn. Thus, many of our number were hunted and slain by the savages of the surface. The rest of us went into hiding. Several of us, for example, came here. Fortunately, we unicorns carry the living embodiment of nature wherever we grow, and wherever we go. Grass grows here, because we will it. The caverns themselves shape themselves to be more to our liking. Yet someday we have but one goal, Let me guess, return to the surface? We wish to frolic and run on the surface world again. What more can we wish? We only wish to have a place of beauty and peace in the ugly, cruel caverns. Here, for example, people may come for healing. Oh, I can buy healing. Good to know if someone should happen to get dead on this adventure. It snorts angrily. 3, but once 4. One of our number, Aesophagus, was brutally murdered. She scratches the ground with the tip of her horn, an unmistakable sign of unicorn anger. The giants to the south hunted her, slaughtered her, and took her horn as a trophy. Unforgivable. You can hear more of this sad tale from Aetherius. She was his mate. She lives in the Northwest Dome. Think you got your genders mixed up there a little bit? But unicorns can be gender fluid if they want to. Over here we have the lair of Aleopol, and forgive me if I am not pronouncing this AE syllable consistently at all. Made-up names where the spelling is made up and the pronunciation doesn't matter. You come face to face with a unicorn, one of the most graceful, beautiful creatures in existence. This specimen, however, is not tranquil. In fact, it seems agitated by your presence. Also, there is another unicorn, Handi, who, I guess doesn't hang out in this particular grove? I am Aleopol, it says in a deep, quiet voice. I spend my days here in quiet contemplation. It is of no import. Honesty is in my nature, so I must tell you that your presence causes me great discomfort. Sorry. Go speak with Ariasa. She will tell you of the circumstances that have led to us being forced into the underworld. She has retained a friendliness to humans. I have not. She is my sometimes mate. She lives in a nearby dome. Okay, apparently can't get much more out of you. Well, we could go onward, but I think if I want to pass through the unicorn gate, I get to go beat up more giants. Besides, didn't someone at Fort Goodling, say it would be a good idea to aid unicorns if we did happen to come across them? Blood Glee Clan. Oh, they sound fun. Blood Glee Clan. Those who want to defy us, stay out or die. Good grammar and spelling for giants. Suddenly, the charm the unicorns gave you starts to glow and vibrate. You remove it from around your neck and examine it. Interesting. No matter how you hold it, it struggles to point downward. Maybe the thing you're looking for is below you somewhere. Whether it is or not, after a moment the charm stops glowing and twitching. So how many giants are there in here? Handful. Okay, may have a little overkill with the major blessing here. More delicious worm meat, which last time I checked was about 8 food. Also, wielding the flaming sword is a lot like dual wielding in the damage it does. The giant clan's lair has a huge cavern in the middle. In the center of the cave, you see a massive pit. Harsh, alien growls rise from the inky depths. Your continuous prayers for indigenous life forms who don't instantly want to devour you have not yet been answered in the affirmative. So we've got another dungeon with a big pit and a lower level. I seem to have found the giant's temple. Like many humanoid species in Exile, these giants revere their dead to a creepy extent, and keep their most valued corpses safely buried in cairns close to home. Really? You think that's creepy? Okay. There is a subtle, unpleasant, sickly sweet smell. You suspect that not all of the dead giants were buried as well as they could have been. That part's not so good. Ow. One chief and 2 shamans. Good job, Rarity. Ew, can't get in that way. Kind of wishing that I hadn't sent my fighters off in wildly different directions. Oh well. I'm impressed Fluttershy's getting as many shots in as she is. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it is a very fast way of getting my fighters where I want them. Yeah. Okay, Cave Giant Chief is a lot tougher than I'm giving him credit for. Which gives me a thought. Ow. Use an energy potion. And try to capture a soul. Oh, I forgot the monster too big limitation. Phooey. And Rarity gets the melee kill. Rarity is kicking butt in this fight. The giant chieftain ran to battle you with childlike glee and boundless joy. When he takes his death blow, it dims his enthusiasm a bit. He lands heavily on the ground. Looking at his body, you see that he had taken incredible amounts of punishment during his long life, in the process of becoming the leader of this tribe of joyful giant masochists. He will undoubtedly be buried with the highest honors. Okay, I did see there were other giants somewhere around here. I will find them. Arrows of life. Ooh. The altar is covered with fangs. They're each a foot long, and look like they've been ripped out of some creature's mouth. There must be at least 100 of them. You don't feel any sort of malevolent magic radiating from the altar. It seems to just be here as a place to put the torn-out fangs. This clan of giants is very odd. Okay then. Worm fangs. Wonder if they have any use. So I want to read these. Korlak, leader and valued friend. Vlaz, good chief until we had to bust him in head. Lost in fighting sliths. I'm sure you gave as good as you got. Ow. Oh, you're up here. Those who fell in bad test. Test of what? Grabnock, chief and master. And that's where I stopped. To worm pits. That sounds delightful. Unidentified greatsword. Looks like a rock over there. Hello? Well, that was underwhelming. Oh, there's a bunch of you. That means there's a bunch of targets for Fireball and Flame Strike. Okay, I think I found the last big chunk of them. At first, you think that these heaps of rotting vegetations, rigor-stricken bodies, and moldy, unidentifiable dead things are compost piles or trash dumps. Then you see a giant picking something horrible out of a mound and munching on it, and you realize that this is the giant's larder. The creatures must take delight in eating as awful food as they can get. I guess they train their digestive systems to be just as tough as the rest of them. And wait, how are those two standing on top of each other again? What the hell are you two doing in the pantry? Do I want to know? Just look at them, they're overlapping. I think I interrupted an intimate moment there. Or, well, but there's 3 giants. I don't want to know about your mating habits, okay? No kink shaming here, I'm just killing you 'cause you're giants. Okay, back in this building then. I was pretty sure I heard or saw another giant somewhere. I need to regroup. Blood Glee Clan, those who want to defy us stay out or die. Ah, so this must be the other entrance. Good to know about if I need to nip out for a nap. Probably not worth searching any of these corpses. Oh, this one has darts. Darts are more often than not kinda useless. And by kind of useless, I mean very useless. Oh, there you are. Oh, carving new obelisks, I see. This obelisk is carved with some sort of giant art. The carvings are of young giants eating big, raw giant worms. Tasty. This carving is of a single huge giant entwined with an enraged hydra. These carvings are of gleeful giants beating up a unicorn. Jerks. And of course, they keep their favorite throwing rocks in their treasure chests. The shamans of the tribe have, with no doubt considerable effort, gathered together a variety of spellbooks and stored them here. Unfortunately, very few of them could be of any use to you, and the crude treatment they've received at the hands of the giants have made them basically unreadable. Tough luck. Aw. This chamber is very out of place. It's beautiful, elegant, and very carefully made. Considering the scale everything is built to, it must have been made by the giants. Why these barbarians felt a need to have this pleasant, peaceful room escapes you. Mm. Ah, Chieftain's quarters. And Chieftain's pet warg. Join your master in Valhalla. The giant chieftain's chest has several runes etched onto the lock. Maybe the tribal shamans have placed a trap. Pinkamena overcomes it with ease. 1,000 gold pieces, a wave blade, a gem, and a shield. And Rarity can actually manage to carry all of that. Is it worthwhile checking for secrets? Oh, right. This is like an audience chamber. And stuff along the walls. This is a mural of a very young giant. He is being savagely beaten by his friends. He seems to be enjoying it. All the giants have major scars. This is a mural of a young giant. He is shown going through several stages of some sort of highly painful, violent, terrifying ritual of passage. He seems to be enjoying it. This is a mural of an adult giant. He is eating a gigantic, raw, fanged worm. He is also bleeding from several fresh, severe bites. He seems to be very, very happy. Large kegs of ale surround him. Again, no kink-shaming here. He's an adult, he can do what makes him happy. This is a mural of a very old giant. I imagine very old giants are quite rare in this clan. He is being savagely beaten by his friends, perhaps fatally. He seems to be enjoying it. Ah, the circle of life. Do not go in here if you don't want to hurt. The test of the giants. Okay, I guess that's the bad test they were talking about in the graveyard. And garden variety giant lizards. I'm willing to bet that... Oh, that's terrible. Anyway, I'm willing to bet that these gates close behind me after going through them. So maybe I will just save that bit. Found a few more giants, and I have to go the long way around to actually get to them. Probably I should just be going directly to the worm pits, but where's the fun in not exploring everything? Haven't looked in here yet. Potion and a Vanitai robe, okay. If I could equip cloak separate from my armor, I would pick up a Vanitai robe, but in this engine I cannot. Good evening. Very good evening indeed. Got one. Okay, so Death Arrows is actually pretty good, but it takes a lot of spell points. Venom Arrows is good if I have a little patience, and Flame Arrows is pretty crap, honestly. Sling it is. What fun that was. Okay, I didn't actually have to go all the long way around. How about that? All of these looks like they could potentially be important. 2 worm pits. The passageway you're walking down slopes sharply downward here. Maybe that's the end of the giant test. Okay, not that important, just general storage. So apparently they've got a pantry for finely aged delicacies and a pantry for regular food. In giant-sized portions, no less. Interesting. And what is the point of this secret tunnel? It's got rats. And whatever the hell this is. Garbage. Okay. Okay, just garbage, garbage, and a brand new garbage icon for heavy garbage. Shortcut by some definitions of the word. This is almost certainly a bad idea. So I'll save it for the next episode. Until then, take care, everybody.